Hello, my friends. I am doing the deck list of the dinosaurs. This is going to be a slightly out of date deck, and it's also going to have some very stupid and controversial choices, but hey, what can I say? It's gonna be great. So, we begin with two baby Soros. For obvious reasons, it's a good searcher because in this version of dinos you're destroying monsters. So Baby Cerosaurus is a good monster to be able to destroy for that exact reason because it allows you to search like a level 4 or lower monster and special summon it. Then we have two of its buddy, Petit and that fuck. And that's because it does level 4 or higher. So it's basically another search of a level 4, and also if you're running something higher, which I'm running one card which is higher, so kind of works out that way. Then this one's kind of controversial. Free Gilasaurus. Because it's always good to have a special summon, and if you're going first, it's good to see it. And even if you draw into it, it's not too bad, because your opponent will special summon something that you can potentially get rid of with the effect of, like, Super Ultimate Conductor, so it's not too bad. Then another playset, but this time of Soul Eating Ovi. That is your main searcher when it comes to monster anyway, for the sheer fact of you can add any dino to hand or send any dino to the graveyard with its effect, so it's just the best card in that sense because you want dinos in your graveyard with this deck. Then Megalo Smasher X, 3 copies. It's a normal 2k beat stick that is also a dino for obvious reasons, level 4, so you can use it in level 4 Xyz. You can use it to link. It's searchable with every single card in this deck that searches, and it's just a decent beat stick, and with the effect of Lost World, which I will obviously show you that I've got in a minute, you can negate its destruction with an effect, so it's not too bad. And then we're going into the two Giant Rexes, for the obvious reason of if this gets banished, you special summon it from the banish pile. So when you're summoning Super Ultimate Conductor, if that's in your graveyard, you preferably want to be banishing that for the summon so then you can get a free monster on the field. Not too bad. Then one Gilasaurus for the obvious effect of it stops my dinosaurs from being affected by effects. And also, you know, if you banish cards, you can special summon any dino from your deck if you banish the right amount of monsters. So you can't complain. Talking of banishing, one Tyranno Infinity. Because if you summon it with Gilasaurus' effect, that's 4k attack already. If you already have a Super Ultimate Conductor, potentially even more. So it's, you know, always good to have because it's pretty much almost a guaranteed 4k beat stick at all times. I'm also going to be running one Super Conductor Tyranno. So A, it's searchable with Petite, and B, Gilasaurus has, if you can banish A, including itself, then there you go, you got yourself a very powerful beat stick, and you've got more banish, and also, as I said, it's searchable off Petite, so it's not too bad actually. One Gamciel Kaiju, I would say replace it with Dogoran if you can. I don't personally have a copy, otherwise I would be running it instead of Gamciel. But basically run one Kaiju. Dogoran's better because it's searchable because it's a dino, but any other Kaiju is fine. You kind of want to stick to Gamciel or Dogoran though, to be fair. Then one more playset of monsters, which is obviously your Super Ultimate Conductors. I say super because they are super amazing. Ugh, I'm a fucking idiot. But obviously you can pull off the basic shit you could before. This is just a new deck build that hopefully makes them a bit better, you know? Then 3 Fossil Dig. This is your main searcher with spell cards. Very good spell searcher. If you get it in your hand, you can basically search everything in your deck except Super Ultimate Conductor and Super Conductor. You can't complain with that. Sorry. Oh, and obviously the Kaiju, but that's not that big of a thing. Unless you put in Dogoran, but even Dogoran's level 8, so yeah. One Monster Reborn. I try to put that in every deck I can because, let's be fair, when do you not want a monster from you or your opponent's graveyard? It's always useful, it's always helpful. Always run a Monster Reborn if you can. Then we're running one Foolish Burial. Again, you want dinosaurs in your graveyard for ultimate conductors. Special summon effect, also for the effect of miscellaneous Soros, so Forest Bearer is kind of like a shoo-in at that point. Dark Hole. Reason being instead of that instead of Regeki is A, it's easier to get hold of for people. It's kind of like a budget card in that sense because you can get it for like a couple of quid. Also, the sheer fact of Petite will be destroyed, Baby would be destroyed, so their effects would go off. It is just good for wiping out the board, and it puts dinos in your graveyard for, say it with me, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. So it's a very good card just for pissing about with, really. Talking of which, because it's recently got unbanned and put on the limited list, Card Destruction. Actually not a bad card for this deck. You discard your entire hand and draw an entirely new hand. 9 times out of 10, that gets you set up for a first turn Ultimate Conductor. Because you normally have 2 dinos in your hand, and even if you don't, with the new hand you just drawn, you've probably got yourself a way to bring it out anyway. There's no reason to not run it in that sense. And then we're running 2 Terraforming. Obviously, to search out the field spell. Lost World, you're running it at 3. You want to see it at every single first turn if you can. Even after that. Basically, Lost World is the card you want at any time, even if it's near the end of the duel. That can still save your ass. So you want to be running that at 3. And obviously Terraforming to search it. I mean, you're still not guaranteed to see it for an entire duel. But it helps. 2 Called by the Graves. This is mostly to fill out the deck now. You could run Upstart instead of that. You could run 1 day apiece. Basically, that's just to fill up the deck. And it gives you a bit of hand trap like protection. So, can't really complain. Run 3 Quakings for obvious reasons. If you're going to have Ultimate Conductor, you want to be able to have them all face down. Quaking is your guy for that exact reason. It actually almost won me a mirror match with dinos, because someone's also using Ultimate Conductor and Quaking went off, so can't complain. Then for the final, Heavy Storm Duster. It's just basically a good Twin Twisters in the sense of, yeah, you activate a turn later, which to be fair, you do with Twin Twisters anyway, and you don't have to do the discard fodder. Your only problem is you can't attack at the same time you use it, so you kind of need to use it during your opponent's end phase. But to be fair, when aren't you gonna use it in your opponent's end phase? Kind of makes sense. Now, we go to the extra deck. And this is where some stupid decisions were made, but I don't care. These decks are for fun. We have Baguska. Obvious reasons. You've got a few level 4s in there. Stalls out for a couple of turns. Always run it if you can. Dark Rebellion. You can attack over every single card your opponent has for a couple of uses. Again, why wouldn't you? Abyss Dweller. Very good card in the sense of you can just negate your opponent's graveyard effects, which, let's be fair, there's quite a few of them now. And also, it fills up the extra deck a bit, so you've got more options. If you can think of a better rank for dinos there, other than the Evolsaurs, because I don't actually have them. If I have them, I would be taking out Abyss Dweller, to be fair. Utopia. Negate an attack. Again, would be taken out for an Evolsaur. Chaos 39 Utopia Array. I saw it in my bulk and I was like, fuck it, this sounds funny. Again, wouldn't recommend it if you have the Evolsaurs, but can't complain. Super Dreadnought Gustav Max. You want to be running that, like, even if you do have the Evolsaurs, because if your opponent's got, like, say, 2k life points left or under, and you have 2 ultimates on the field, or a way of getting a second ultimate out, but it's not your battle phase anymore, that will do all the damage you need. It's fine. Link Spider. You're running Megalo. Just means you can turn Megalo into an effect monster for other links. Not too bad. That guy, I can't pronounce the name. Reproduces, something stupid like that. Generic link 2, it's a dino, so you can banish it for your effects. And that's basically about it. It's a link 2, so can't complain. Space Insulator, yet another just generic link 2. I don't really read the effect that much on that one. That's just there as a generic link 2, so you can get rid of monsters on your field if you didn't draw into, say, Dark Hole. Underclock Taker, exact same reason, but also you can use it with Ultimate Conductor Tyranno by having Ultimate Conductor on its link marker, so then, well, your opponent's monsters loses 3k attack. No, 3-5, sorry. It's actually kind of useful in that sense. Mrs. Radiant. Most of the monsters in here are Earth. Gilasaurus is Earth. All of the babies are Earth. Tyranno Infinity is Earth. Giant Rex is Earth. Mrs. Radiant is a decent one to be running. And Deco Talker. It's a good generic link 3. Once I get generic link 4 like Firewall or Skull Dread, then I won't be running, I will still be running Decode, but I'll be running that as well, because it's actually quite good to have, you fill up your field quite a bit, so getting a link 4 wouldn't be that difficult with this deck. Now, that's the end of the profile. There's not really much I can say about it, except it's only made for fun, like all my decks. I dismantled my Sky Striker part of my Abyss Actors, but I've replaced it with a new Abyss Actor support. So potentially expect a video on that sometime soon. I'm going to be buying new Cyber Dragon support, hopefully at the end of this week. So expect that one soon as well. And I'm just building decks as I go along. They can be stupid, they can be fun, but who knows. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And oh boy, have I got some plans with stupid decks coming. Hell yeah, my boys. See you in the next one. Ta-ta.